Hey guys, so today I'm going to talk about how to structure your workouts and how to juggle the balance between doing too much and not doing enough. Because I remember when I first started working out, like that was the most difficult part for me. And I also typically skip dynamic stretching. So that's crucial, especially if you want to be able to lift for a long time. Don't skip warming up your body and don't skip static stretching when you're done. So I'm gonna warm up and then we're gonna jump into a shoulders and triceps day. And I'm gonna teach you how I structure it, what I start with, what I end with, what I include, etc. Okay? All right, let's get active. Typically when I start off an upper body day, I'll warm up with some kind of cardio. I'll either do like the rowing machine for like 4 sets of 20 calories, or I'll do like an assault bike for like 3 sets of 30 seconds and rest maybe like 60 to 90 seconds in between. Gets the heart rate up, gets a little bit of cardio out of the way because I'm a muscle mommy. I like to lift shit. I don't really like cardio. So some people will end their workout with cardio, and I usually do that on my leg days. I usually end on a treadmill or the Stairmaster, but I know I don't like it, so get it out the way. That's my first tip. When you're structuring your workouts, what you know you like the least and what you know might not even be your strongest muscle group, don't save it for last. So if you're a person like me who can't stand training core, don't train core after you've done all of your upper body or all of your back day. I guess that's your business, but I wouldn't do it that way. So again, 3 sets of 30 seconds. Get that heart rate up. Whoever invented the name of the assault bike, super accurate. It feels like an attack. Why? Because this is a shoulders day, the heaviest lift that I have in today's exercise is going to be the shoulder press. Now I could use dumbbells, but right now I'm just going to use a seated shoulder press machine, but you can also use dumbbells, but typically it's going to be your heaviest. When it comes to shoulders, for me, it's not like a back day. Like if this was a back day, I would have started off with like deadlifts, right? Heavy deadlifts, 225, 305, 315, right? So with shoulders, it doesn't really get much heavier than this for me. And I start off with it heavy because if I save it for last, then I'm going to be fatigued and then I might compromise the quality of the reps. So start off heavy and work your way down. Okay? Like lateral raises typically aren't heavy. Everybody knows that. So there's no sense in starting with that when that's more so for volume than it is for strength, right? So I'm going to put this on a belt. I'm going to shoot for 70. See how I'm feeling. And when I'm breathing, I'm going to take a deep breath in and push at the top, okay? So I'm going to go up. Oh gosh. Okay. Another one of my training tips that I was going to say for the end, but I'm going to throw it in here now. If you're training to enlarge a muscle, to really strengthen that muscle, it's important that you kind of train until failure, right? Your last rep, you should be fighting for your life. If you get to 12 reps and each rep, you're just like, it's not heavy enough. So this is 70. I'm going to keep it at 70. I also could progressively increase. I might take it up to 80 and maybe go for 6 reps. But progressive overload is also nice and crucial for hypertrophy. So you can increase the weight for each set, but just make sure the quality of the reps is not compromised. If that's the case, drop the weight. Up next, we have the ever so infamous tricep dip. Now, when I say heavy, most people think like, oh, start off with your heaviest exercise. That could be, you know, something like the shoulder press. So heavy can also mean body weight. So tricep dips are difficult. I would not reserve them for the last part because even though it's just body weight, it's your body weight, right? So for me, I'm almost 160 pounds. So that's 160 pounds. So technically this would be my heaviest lift for the day. So I started with shoulder presses, but I also would start with this too, either or. And if you're not able to get your body weight up all on your own, of course you can use the assisted. I just have that way down because I don't need it. But trust me, these are difficult, even though it's body weight. So don't always think of heavy as just like what can I load up the heaviest? Sometimes body weight. Like if I was doing a back day, I would have maybe warmed up with pull-ups and then went into deadlifts, because pull-ups are still extremely difficult, especially if you can do one. If you can't, you might not know, but trust me, it's tricky. Again, these are not for the weak. That's all I'm gonna say. So attempt these assisted if you've never done them unassisted. No sense in you hurting yourself. Slip your ass right through. Don't say Miss Iconic made me do it. That's between you and God. Come on. One more. One more. Golly. Oh my God. Yep. Hardest part of the whole day. Right there. Starting to question why I do this anymore. Why do I subject myself to this every week? Okay guys, so up next is an oldie but goodie. And one of the most important things for you to include in your upper body or lower body days is isolation exercises. So single arm, single leg exercises are great for hypertrophy. And I must admit, when it comes to training my upper body, I learned mostly from men. Now that does not mean that women are not effective at training upper body, but the women I know aren't as effective at training upper body as they are at lower. So when I really wanted to begin to sculpt my upper body, I consulted with my male friends. And an oldie but goodie is the behind the back cable lateral raise. One of my faves. Now ladies, this one will humble you. Don't think that you finna grab, stick it in on the 50 or something. I got mine on the 10. And that's between me and God. I know it's iconic. Miss, if it's not heavy, what is it? This will hold you real fast. If you know, you know. So you're going to put it at like the second to third lowest spot. You're going to step in front of the cable a little bit. You're going to grab it with your alternating arm and then hold on to something if you so choose. I guess completely up to you, but try to keep your core engaged, of course. And then you're going to raise. Really try to engage those shoulders. If you're a trap dominant woman like me, try not to engage your traps as much, but we're gonna do 12. Here's the back, just so you can see it from different angles. Right, try to get back to your butt. Raise. Nice and controlled, not too fast. Come on. 2 more. Yep, come on. Beautiful. And remember, isolation exercises are crucial to hypertrophy. You're trying to get that muscle bigger, stronger, etc. Be sure to isolate it. And that goes for upper body days, lower body days, etc. Okay? All right. Up next, we have one of my favorite tricep exercises, which is the cable tricep extension. However, as favorited as it is, it's one of those exercises that people typically do wrong. And it's like you're not even engaging your tricep whatsoever. And you're just really wasting time and pulling down in some very weird motions. Kind of sexual looking, but that's none of my business. I'm gonna put this on. Let me see how 60 feel. I ain't did these in a few weeks. But essentially the important part is to keep that tricep engaged. So like this kind of snake motion is an absolute no. I don't know what you're working, but you're not working your triceps. So just hang it up. What you want to do is, I'm not too close, but I'm not like way back here either. I'm like, step or two away. And then I'm slightly bent over, but not like hunched and not too far back, right? And when it comes to the range of motion, we're not coming all the way up here, right? We are going to keep those triceps engaged. So we're right here with it, right? Try to spread them out a little bit when you get to the bottom. Really engage those triceps. But you don't need to be up here bringing it down like this. Whatever that is. I actually don't know. Let's call it the snake extension, because it's like one of them. We're not doing that. Again, we're about here. Focus on the muscle to mind connection. So you're coming here. Really squeeze those triceps, right? Bring the cable out a little bit. Here's the thing about when you do these right. You will feel the burn in your triceps and only in your triceps. But when you bring it all the way up here or use your entire body to get it down, you're not really using your triceps to get it down. So again, do a weight that's comfortable. I did 60. I'll probably progressively overload this and increase it each set. And I might take the reps down or I might not. Okay, but that's the next exercise. And I always do 4 sets. The only time I do 3 sets is if that's just what I'm feeling like. Usually on a core day, but I do 4 sets, up to you. But remember, it's just 1 more set. Up next, we have another oldie but goodie, but one that most people typically do wrong, even myself sometimes. So it's important if you're really trying to engage the triceps to make sure you're really overextending back and pushing up and not just pushing from right here like a fake jump shot or something. You know what I mean? So grab a moderately challenging weight, but not too challenging that you start trying to engage other muscles. This isn't necessarily about it being the strongest, heaviest dumbbell for this, but one that's a bit challenging and creates a good bit of resistance, but something that you could do for multiple reps. Okay. Ladies, if you're like me and you have your hair clipped up, I say take the hair out the clip so that you don't have that friction of trying to get past it. Okay. This is a 25. Up and over and a little bit back. Okay. Down, extend. Really engage those triceps. I'm gonna go until failure, but you can go for as many reps as you can. Or 12 or 10 reps, etc. Golly. Another important training concept to incorporate in your training days is training until failure. Now, I say wait till you're comfortably kind of sort of in your training career. And it shouldn't just be when you get started, because you mentally don't know what until failure means, right? For me, let's say that I give you 8 reps, right? I say do 4 sets of 8 reps. You're mentally connected to that number 8. So you're going to go to 8 and think that's all that you can go. And maybe you could have got 12. Maybe you could have got 16. Who knows? But when you're trying to build bigger muscles, it's important to push them to the point of exhaustion. Now, it doesn't have to be for every exercise, especially for, you know, single leg or single arm exercises, because one leg might be stronger than the other. So you don't want to do 20 single leg extensions on one leg and then 12 on the other. You know what I mean? Because you don't want to be disproportionate or imbalanced. But you'll know when you can start incorporating until failure. I'd say when you do want to start incorporating it, maybe bring a friend if you're not a person that's self-motivated, and have them push you. See what you're capable of doing. And I say start typically for lower body, like leg extension, leg press until failure. Unless you're upper body dominant, then of course, like you could try shoulder presses until failure or lateral raises until failure. But again, it's mental. So just be prepared for it to feel like that last rep should be a real fight, if it's even a complete rep at all, okay? All right. Next, we're gonna do one of my favorite shoulder supersets, which is the front raise to lateral raise. So I include supersets in most of my training just to push myself. And a superset is just one exercise after the other. So this is a lateral raise, right? This is a front raise. They could technically be done separately. So I'm gonna put them together, and that's what's going to make them a superset. Now, I guess some people might just not call that a superset. So what I'll do, for the sake of those in the comments that's gonna try to act like I don't know what I'm talking about, I'm gonna do 10 lateral raises straight into 10 front raises, right? I was originally going to alternate them, right? That's what I like, but same difference, okay? So you can do either or. I'm going to do 4 sets of 10 reps each. So it'll be like 20 total. So 10 lateral raises, 10 front raises. That is considered one set, okay? And try to keep your shoulders engaged. If you're like me, you are trap dominant and you want to engage those traps on your lateral raises, try to keep the shoulders engaged. And that can be helped if you slow down your reps and don't try to go too fast, right? We're not flying. Slow and controlled, okay? 1, 3, 4, 5, 6, and not too high either. Like, shouldn't be like way up here, okay? 9, come on, Then we're gonna go straight into front raises, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. Really control that eccentric motion on the way down. 6. Ooh. And I have 10s. Grab whatever you're comfortable with. As we know, any type of like lateral raise, front raise, any type of raise, because we also did the cable raise, right? That was isolated. This is with both, okay? So, and that's pretty much how I'm going to end out the workout. I'm going to do some static stretching afterwards. But essentially, we did about 6 or 7 exercises, right? We started off, we warmed up on the assault bike. Then we did shoulder presses, right? Then we did tricep dips. Then we did behind the back cable lateral raises. Then we did tricep extensions, right? With the cable. Then we did behind the head tricep extensions, right? And then we did lateral raises to front raises, right? As a superset. So that's a pretty standard upper body day for me, probably 6 to 7 exercises, sometimes 8, depending. Now, you can have an effective workout without 8 exercises. But for me, it just really depends on what you're trying to target. For example, a back day could have a lot of exercises if I'm trying to hit upper back, lower back, mid back, maybe hit the side obliques, you know what I mean? But a little bit of lateral, you know, a little bit of side lateral back extensions, you know, so it really just depends, but you don't need 12 exercises on an upper body day. You don't want to overdo it, but you don't want to underdo it. You should be fatigued. You should feel good, but you shouldn't be so tired that it's like, did I hit everything that I needed to hit anyway? So again, some of my keys for structuring a very effective workout is, of course, starting with your heaviest, right? If that's a leg day, then start with back squats, right? If that's your heaviest lift. Don't wait until the end for back squats, right? So start heavy, warm up with a bit of cardio. If you know you can't stand cardio, warm up with a little bit of cardio, right? It never hurts, even if you're on a bulk, right? Cardio, lift heavy, isolated exercises, right? That is crucial, okay? Proper form is what we covered today as well. That is also crucial. Breathing, right? Keeping that at the top is very, very important. Supersets are great because they allow you to just really push, and training until failure also. So if you incorporate all of those in most of your training days, you should structure a pretty effective workout. But just remember, you don't want to do too much, right? Like, and you're going to have to figure out that balance. I'm not going to lie. But 10, 12 exercises, in my opinion, I don't care what day it is too much. It's not necessary. It's just not. You know what I mean? You're going to be gassed, and it doesn't mean that you went harder than the person that did 5 exercises but high volume and did 4 sets of 20 or something like that. You know what I mean? So I hope this was helpful. And ladies, if you want more personalized guidance, you guys know that I'm an online coach, so feel free to fill out my coaching application and then wait to be redirected to book your call with me so we can discuss your goals and how I can help, right? You need fitness, you need nutrition, you need an accountability partner, and that's what I'm here for. All right, I hope this was helpful, and let's get active.